Hey y'all, this week's episode of Duck in Reality is delayed a little. I had the flu last week and then I'm home visiting family in Boston for the holidays and haven't had much time to get a lot of work done. So instead of not giving you an episode, I'll share with you an episode of Squirrel Gurls, and I hope that you enjoy it. I will see you next week with a new episode, and then we'll start the new year off fresh and right with a bunch of episodes. So I love you all. I can't wait to grow this community with you. I appreciate all the amazing feedback. If you haven't, go please like, subscribe, and follow the podcast. Check out the website. Follow us on social media. Holly and Danielle are working on a bunch of stuff for the TISM. So stay with us. The Ducking Reality and Ducking Brilliant World is going to be growing in 2026. There's so many fun projects coming up. If you're in Alameda, please swing by the Alameda Gallery and Collective for all your holiday shopping and your art needs. It's a passion project for so many of us over there, and it's been so great to be back in the community in that way. Classes will be starting in January, so keep an eye out for all of that. Swing by and remember to treat your bartenders well, your servers. Be polite. It's the holidays. Everyone's stressed. Everyone's worried. Everyone's concerned with the dumpster fire of the world that we have. But a little patience, a little kindness, a little grace is all we need to give each other. So I love you, my ducks. Please enjoy this episode, and I will see you next week with a new episode of Ducking Reality. Happy holidays, y'all. They call us squirrels because they can't call us nuts. Welcome to the Squirrel Girl podcast. Hey y'all, welcome to this week's episode of Squirrel Girls. Woo-hoo-hoo. I am Siobhan.
I'm Anna.
And today we had an amazing conversation.
Yes.
And we just got back. I'm still covered in fur.
Okay, that sounded... What kind of interview was that?
A furry one.
A furry one.
Ooh, we have to find a furry to talk to.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, thanks for the idea, Ace. So today we spoke to Officer Fetzer, who is one of Alameda's finest. She has been a police officer in Alameda, I think she said about 3 years. Yeah. Super interesting, the fact that she was a lawyer first and a bodybuilder. And like I told her when we were walking out, I'm like, I was trying to not say it. I'm like, her arms are jacked. Like,
she's so jacked.
I was going to be like, what? How do you do that? Teach me.
I know.
Do you still personal train? How do I sign up? Right? Does that mean I get to pet the dog all the time?
Exactly. What do we do? Just lift Ace?
Yeah. So not only is she one of Alameda's finest and an amazing female police officer, but she's a canine cop dog. And so we got to talk to her all about what it's like to have a dog as a partner, how she did it. And then we got to go out and meet Ace.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah, he's scared. Like, I would be afraid of him.
Yeah, I mean, totally. You guys will hear all about what he does and stuff like that, but I would totally stop in my tracks.
Yeah, I would be like, never mind, I did it. Don't let him bite me.
Right? I did it.
So yeah, we hope you like this interview as much as we did. Remember that cops are here for you, for your safety. Yes, we've heard about a lot of bad ones, but most of them are really good. They're here to save you. They're dealing with people on the worst days of their lives. Always remember that. Be thankful for them when they do show up because they are there to help us. Yeah. So
yeah, definitely. Love the Alameda cops. Hi, guys.
Yep.
Hi, ladies. Hi, ladies.
Hi, Ace.
Hi, Ace.
All right. So enjoy the interview. And welcome everyone to this week's episode of Squirrel Girls. Woo-hoo! I am Siobhan.
Anna here.
And we are so excited and I was a little nervous, to welcome in Officer Fetzer, or Andrea, as we got permission to call her. Andrea is a local Alameda police officer and has a canine officer partner.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the tree.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous because I said to you when you came in, like, is the dog coming? Because I want to meet her, or him, Ace, but I do have weed in my apartment. I know it's legal, but still, I was like, is he still?
It's like you go back to your high school years.
Yeah, and I was like, is he going to be so distracted by that?
Yeah.
He won't relax?
No. He probably would have eaten all this, though.
For those that don't know, I have a background, and it is a green wall of flowers.
Yes.
Yes. But so welcome. We were so excited to talk to you because We just were wondering what it's like to work with a canine dog, like how that. And then when we found out that we were getting to talk to you and you're a woman who's a cop,
Yay.
like badass.
Yeah, badass.
Thank you.
So welcome. Kind of tell us a little bit about you, why you wanted to be a cop, how long have you been a cop?
So I came on with the department in, I believe it was March of 2021. So just over 3 years now. I came into law enforcement late in life, but I have always wanted to be in law enforcement. I have a background in law, but not law enforcement. So I have a law degree.
Okay.
I got that earlier. So I have a bachelor's in psychology, but a law degree.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's a good pairing.
It is. It is. I
Kinda
like
come
to
in
think
handy.
so.
Yeah.
It can be very, very helpful in this career.
I bet.
But it's very different also. I did personal training too for about 12 years or so. So it's kind of like a mixture, a dynamic of all of those things put together.
Right. Yeah.
I know it's cliche to say, but I wanted to do law enforcement to help people on a multifaceted level. So not just obviously helping the community that I work for, but helping. I've had some trauma on a personal level, and I wanted to reach out to those people to help those people get through that same type of trauma.
I love that.
So that's one of the main reasons I wanted to work in law enforcement.
That's awesome.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in California, so Northern California mainly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from the Napa Valley area.
Oh, okay.
So, that's where I grew up.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes.
That's awesome. And so when you go to the academy, is that where you find out you're going to get a dog, or is it afterwards?
No.
Is
Or
that
like,
a long list?
Yeah,
No,
I've
no, no.
always wondered.
do you
In
get
fact-
specially chosen?
No, I will say that, and that's an interesting portion of this. I always knew I wanted to be a canine handler.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, I can't really say what it wasn't that I always have had a dog, but it wasn't that portion of it, because being a canine handler and having a pet are two completely different things.
Yeah.
But I did express that in the academy, and I had an RTO in the academy that kind of lashed out at me for saying that.
Really?
And I don't know.
Why?
I don't know why.
Right.
It was kind of like, I don't know if you think you need to be a canine handler because you just love dogs, sort of thing. So that kind of
Rude.
It put a bad taste in my mouth about it for a little bit. But I will say that Alameda PD is a younger department. And so, which I think is a great thing here, we are given opportunities for special teams, special assignments a little bit more quickly than some of larger departments. And so when the opening for K9 came up, it was presented to me here at Alameda. So that was something that, as a patrol officer, I went through field training first. I was on patrol, and then they decided to put out a memo for K9. And then we applied for the position for K9.
Was it a long list? Did you have to
I don't know how many people put in, but they had 2 openings at that time.
That's nice.
And then there were 2 officers that were chosen for that.
So when did you do the training, though? Yeah, I mean, I imagine you have to go through like a really long period with the dog, or?
Correct. So the dogs were chosen for us by the department. And I went and picked up Ace in September of last year at the airport in San Francisco. And it was kind of like, it was an interesting experience for me because obviously I've never been a handler.
Yeah.
So I had nothing to compare it to. And thankfully I had a good lieutenant, a good sergeant that were there to support me and help me through it. I was given the dog at the airport, and it was kind of like bond with your dog sort of thing. So I took him home, and we joke now that maybe we're overly bonded. But
You and the dog joke?
Yes,
you and Ace.
we also do too.
That's so cute. How old was he? I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
That's okay. I believe at the time he was 11 months at the time.
That's younger than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, because he turned 2 this last July.
Oh my God.
So doing the math, so he was maybe 13 months at the time when I got him in September.
What breed is he?
He is German Shepherd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Almost all police dogs in the U.S. are German Shepherds, right?
No, not necessarily. No. So depending on what the agency would like, they could be German
Like the need,
Shepherds
or?
depending on what if it's a patrol dog, and when I say patrol dog, a patrol dog is dual purpose dogs. So they will be both apprehension and then a detection for something, some type of odor. A single purpose dog would be a detection dog for some type of odor, or just a patrol dog, or just an apprehension dog. Some agencies will just have a single purpose apprehension dog. When I say apprehension dog, that's a bite dog, obviously.
Yeah.
So it depends on when an agency is taking a handler to look for a dog with their vendor. They generally will match. They look at a bunch of dogs and they feel them out, see which dogs feel good with that handler. The handler checks all the dogs out. And sometimes it's like they mesh better with one dog or another. And then the agency and the handler together choose which dog is going to be good for that particular purpose that they're looking for. Some agencies will choose Labradors if they're doing like single purpose detection work. Sometimes it's Malinois for it could be dual purpose or single purpose detection. Generally, it's Malinois are used for apprehension and detection together. Same with German Shepherds are often used for both. Dutch Shepherds, Bloodhounds are great.
Bloodhounds are they like seek for stuff. Yeah,
often for searching and for detection. So there's an array of different dogs that are used. It just depends on what the agency is looking, what type of dog they want and what purpose they're using it for. So here in Alameda, we have single purpose detection dogs, and currently it's just Ace and I.
Really?
Yep. Right now we're the only dog and handler combo. He is a single purpose detection dog, and he detects guns, ammunition, and then he's also been trained for tracking.
Oh, okay. Oh, what does he track?
If like
drugs, bodies.
No, they do have cadaver dogs.
Yeah,
and obviously they do have narcotics dogs. Yeah. But if they're trained, generally, unless it's like a probation department, probation will generally do an array of things.
Right.
For tracking purposes, it's like if a missing person.
Okay.
So if it could be a missing elderly person, a missing juvenile, or article searches. So if somebody's, thrown a gun or something like that.
They can detect that. I would love to hear some of those.
Well, yeah, I guess I didn't realize that different dogs do. Like, I just thought,
they could be trained for whatever.
Yeah, they could smell everything, and they would know.
So is it like a breed thing?
And they can smell everything. Their noses are they're so sharp when it comes to that. It's just in how you train them.
Right.
So, ironically, in my first week of training, my detection school had like 16 people in it, and I think only four of us were there for firearms. Everybody else was there for narcotics.
Right.
And one of the trainers, when I came up to train, he was not aware of that I was a firearms dog. And so I went in thinking he knew that I was a firearms dog. So he ran Ace on all of the narcotics. And Ace hit on all of the narcotics. And so after the fact, he was like, oh my God, like we kind of, both of us freaked out. Like, oh my God, now he's
a dual dog.
Yeah. Now he's hitting on narcotics. He should be,
Such a good boy.
And so
did he hit on the narcotics but miss the ammunition?
No, so they're always separated, different sets of rooms.
Okay.
And so then it became, well, we're going to have to proof him off of narcotics because he doesn't do narcotics. He's not a narcotics dog.
Right.
So, and it was easy. It was only like one set of rooms. So we ran him through those rooms, and I didn't, when I say pay him with a toy, I'll explain what that is. So he didn't get paid, and it was fine.
Yeah, so ever since screw that. I'm not doing work I don't get paid for.
I want my squeaky chicken.
So essentially dogs, they know the smells of the thing that they're searching for.
Right.
But really when they're searching, they're looking for their toy. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when you're training a dog, really what they want is they're so very toy driven is all they really want is that toy. That's why we always joke toy is life, because when Ace, he knows that he's going to get that toy. So he's smelling so much for the oils of the gun or the black powder or whatever it might be in like a shotgun shell, or so that he knows that he can find that, so that he's going to get the toy that I have.
He's going to get the payoff.
Yeah.
That's really
does he have a
great.
favorite toy?
Yeah, he has. It's a tug with little things on the end.
Little toy guns on the end.
Wouldn't that be funny? I should Sharpie in some guns on it.
So cute. From what I understand, most handlers go and kind of meet the dogs, but you just kind of were like, they were like, here's your dog. And like they mailed you your dog. So it's like a mail order card.
How many forever stamps is that?
So they all generally, well, at least with our vendor, they all come up from overseas.
Okay.
Oh.
It's just that for the trainer or the vendor that we work with, he generally has all the patrol dogs at his facility. Okay. So because ours were single purpose detection, we brought them straight home with us.
Oh, okay.
That's and then cool. We kept them with us for 3 weeks, and then we brought them to the training with us.
Okay. And then how long do you so you spend 3 weeks kind of bonding at home without working for him?
Right.
I'm sure you're
because
still
we
working.
had no idea. So if we would have tried to train him in any way, whether it's telling him how to sit or telling him how to, down or putting him in a down or doing anything with him, we could have compromised part of their training. We didn't know what we were doing at that point. So it was essentially just like walking them, taking them on nice walks, just creating a bond with them because they had no idea who we were.
Right.
They came from Poland.
Oh, wow.
And
do they?
Yeah. That's where these dogs.
That's where the Alameda ones come from? Oh.
Well, these two. I don't know where the other ones came from, but the two that came at that time.
Right.
And so at that point, it was basically like, just learn your dog, let them learn you.
Yeah.
Your smell, everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and
vibe.
Create a trust with them and a bond for those 3 weeks. And then when you go to school, learn all the detection stuff. And that's when they get trained, and we as handlers also get trained to read their tells pretty much when they find something.
Oh, God. So now we know how the dogs are chosen and trained and everything. What do they look for in the officer, in the person? Because you said that in training or in the academy, they said, oh, you can't just be one because you like a dog.
Right. I'm sure it's just like they look for a lot of stuff. I mean, when it's basically like lieutenants, captains, and the chief essentially that are choosing, the handlers. I can't speak too much on what they choose, but when I wrote my memo, it was, how am I going to be the person that you want to see as a handler? So, being good at decision making, right? I have to know the policy, for one, for when can I deploy ACE and know what he's going to be used for. What kind of probable cause do I have?
Sure.
So he is also, from the get-go, they also trained him on electronics. To sniff out electronics. So that kind of puts a wrench in a little bit of our probable cause.
Oh, yeah.
It's great if we have if detectives have a child pornography case per se, and they have somebody that they know is holding on to a lot of USB drives, things like that. But that being said, now that he's trained on electronics, everybody has a cell phone.
Right.
So now I have to be cautious about how I use that because he's been trained on that.
Interesting.
Wow. So he's firearms is a little bit less. So for probable cause, there's a lot more case law when it comes to narcotics. There's a lot less case law to work with when it comes to firearms.
Yeah. I don't think I ever realized that. Because I knew there's bomb sniffing dogs, but I figured there's something like a specific kind of chemicals that they're searching for.
Yeah, and EOD dogs are different even. Right. So they do a lot of different scents based on all the different things that go into bomb making.
Right. But I don't think I knew that there was a ammunition, a gun
I didn't either.
Dog.
I didn't. I didn't know that it was like a specialty or a niche.
Yeah. So if you think about all the oils that are used when we clean firearms, they are trained to smell those, all the metals, any rounds. So
Oh.
rounds that have not been fired off.
Okay.
So rounds, shotgun shells.
Right.
And then he can also search out any spent round. So if we have a scene where somebody's fired off rounds
Yep.
and we're just struggling to find any shell casings, but we're fairly certain that something has been fired off,
Right.
I could essentially bring him out and have him search the area and see if he can locate any spent shell casings.
Wow.
That's like talent.
Yeah, it is. I mean, only dogs can do that, that knows.
We were actually talking in training today about they do, aside from cadaver dogs, there was a guy, kind of on a tangent, but there was a guy
No, please.
that they're now hiring dogs for Sutter Health. And they're to clear all the buildings for firearms. But it got us talking about dogs that sniff out like seizures and cancer and how you train for that, because you're certainly not going to bring them to a hospital to do live training. So there's
2 nursing homes. They need visitors.
There's one across the street.
but I mean, like our dark humor is like, it's going to, what if they alert on somebody that's there visiting?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, so
drop their flowers in their car.
That death cat. Have you heard about? There's a death cat at some nursing home.
Yeah.
And always goes and sits with the people that like your dog just goes over.
I know you. I'm sorry, man.
Bum, bum, bum.
So for narcotics, they do have synthetic narcotics that they use for training. A lot of times fentanyl too. They'll use synthetic stuff for that. And the trainer was telling us they do have a form of synthetic cancer that they use for training those dogs.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have
wow.
seen that in videos that they're training the dogs and they have to go and like it's this big round thing.
Sure.
And like a turn thing and they
Okay.
like a big, what do you call those things? Not Ferris wheel, but you used to ride them when you
Oh,
were
I
a
know what you're
kid.
talking about. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
small. And,
Oh, tilt-a-whirl.
Similar.
Or a merry-go-round.
Merry-go-round,
yes.
thank you. Yeah. And they would put like that synthetic cancer
Yeah.
in some of them.
Interesting.
And then he would have to go and find them.
find
And
them,
yeah, it's so great.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so great.
So what they can sniff out is pretty. It's
It's remarkable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, what she was saying is they also have dogs that can sniff out when a cow is, what's the word?
Like mad
In
cow.
heat.
Oh, in heat,
Yeah.
really?
So anything, because it comes out of their nose, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So anything that gives off a scent, they
Yeah.
can smell. Dogs can smell it.
Wow.
Anything that gives off an odor.
Yeah. And then you can train them to whichever odor you want them to be.
Yeah.
That's I mean, it makes
It is
it does
incredible.
make sense, but it's still such like a wild thing to like, how did we as humans figure out that dogs could do this and that we could train them to do what we want?
Right?
Probably through hunting, maybe?
Probably.
Yeah, maybe.
I have one more question about when you brought him home. Did you already have a dog at home at that point? Like,
Absolutely.
and how does he like? Do you have to? Do they just live
Quarantine
together?
them?
Like, are they just roommates?
Sure.
Do they
So-
play
Or does
together?
Ace like have a whole other house outside? Like, how does?
He does. He has a giant area outside. so
cute.
my other dog is a Vizsla, and she's a medium-sized dog, but she is actually elderly.
Okay.
And when I say she's elderly, she's like geriatric. So she's the sweetest thing. She's about 15 and a half.
Oh wow.
And so her space is pretty much the house. That's
Right.
kind
Yeah.
of her area.
Comfy and calm.
Inside, yeah. And I mean, even as much as Ace is he's a pretty mellow guy.
Yeah.
He could probably come in the house. I don't bring him in.
Oh, okay.
So he has a pretty giant kennel that was supplied by the department. And it even has like a roof and stuff. And then I put like a flooring down on the concrete. So he has that kennel. And then, he has the time that I bring him in is at night under the house. We have it's like another bedroom under the house where the wine cellar is. And so I stick him inside like a pretty large crate
Right.
where he sleeps in there, and then I bring him out after that. So they're separated pretty much, but they interact slightly. It's interesting how he knows that she's to be very gentle with her.
That's really
So
sweet.
they kind of sniff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he won't try to play with her too much.
Yeah. Because I think some people have their dogs just living in their house, and so it just depends on your level of comfort with the dog in your space.
Absolutely. I know that if he were a dual purpose patrol dog, I would definitely want to keep them more separated.
Yeah.
And I probably wouldn't have introduced him to my family as
Oh.
early on
Mm.
because I think it would have been more of a strict relationship
Right.
between him, having him as an apprehension dog
Mm.
would have been a little bit, I couldn't have been as lenient
Mhm.
with
okay.
those introductions and
Right.
such.
Yeah.
So you have people at home with you that you live with, family.
Yes.
And are you the only, are any of them kids? I mean,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are they allowed to play with him? I mean, is it, yeah.
Yeah,
So when he gets off work, he could just go crack a beer and
Pretty much.
I mean, he can
you'd
like
think he does
play and
that.
stuff like that. I mean, a lot of people have this
So
weird idea that they're
I'm the
always
only-
on.
So I'm the only one that walks him. I'm
Okay.
the only one that feeds him.
Yeah, that's what discipline.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, when I walk him, my daughter goes with me,
Yeah.
and she's right there with him. But she doesn't ever walk him.
Right.
Okay.
She and nobody else does that.
Yeah, you guys have to be bonded.
I take him out of his kennel. I put him in his kennel. All of that
Okay.
stuff. So
So when you go on vacation, does like another cop have to take him?
that's the funny part.
Yeah.
That's why I say we're maybe too bonded.
Right. Oh, so
So-
you never go on vacation.
So yes, we tried that one time, and he got a little bit of social anxiety, separation anxiety.
Oh, no. Poor
So
Ace.
we're still working on that.
Oh, poor Ace.
We did one overnight.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a place that we board them.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And it's with the agency. And then my sergeant has offered to take him before too. That might be the next
Next trial, the next overnight.
But do they get to bond? I mean, do they take him out, or I wouldn't think so.
No, I don't
Okay.
think they do. And he
Okay.
can't. He has a love of other dogs, but he can't interact with other
Right.
dogs because of the liability. The city technically owns him.
Right.
You're right. Yeah.
So if there was any kind of bite situation, then there's liability.
Right.
to
Because
it.
his bite is like legal. Like it's a,
lethal. Yeah, totally.
And so what's your training like with him? Because you were saying that you came from training, and when we were emailing about your schedule, you were saying that you go to some trainings with other people with him.
Yes. So I generally go to either Ripon or Modesto, Houston, places like that in the Central Valley. I work with other agencies like Tracy, San Joaquin County, probation departments as well.
Mm-hmm.
We generally, it's all single purpose detection dogs. There's no patrol dogs involved in my training, and it's all detection work. So kind of the long and short of it is they'll separate areas for the firearms dogs and then the ones that do narcotics. And the trainer will, hide whatever it might be, ammunition, firearms, and not tell us where it's at. And then I take Ace out and I tell him to check the area, and then he sniffs around. And when he finds when I notice that he's alerting to me that he's found something, I let her know that he's found something, and then I pay him, and
Yeah.
so that's essentially.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You said he's also an apprehension dog, though, too?
He's not.
Oh, he's not.
No,
He's
okay,
not.
no.
All right. I was going to say.
No.
I'm like, have you worn the bite thing?
Yeah, no.
The big suit.
Yeah, or just
No.
the arm thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No.
Oh, my
No,
gosh.
I haven't had an opportunity.
Yeah. I like that you say I haven't had the opportunity.
I wouldn't mind doing it.
Which is why you're a cop. And
Yeah,
I'm not.
I'm not. You run toward the gunfire.
Yes.
I run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you are doing either those trainings or out in the field, are there certain words like that you just said check? Is that like, I mean, maybe you
Yeah.
can't say it on here.
No. And it depends on the officer. So when in the beginning so my detection school was 3 weeks long, and it was with the patrol school, which is actually a total of 8 weeks.
Okay.
So I went back later and did the 4th week, which is obedience. And then the last 4 weeks for them is all the apprehension work, which I didn't do, obviously. But in the beginning of that training, they tell us, you choose what commands you want to use. If you want to use all English,
I was just going to ask because I've heard
it's up
that.
to you.
Yeah, I've heard that it can be a totally different language.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want to use German
Yeah.
words, that's up to you. If you want to use French, just whatever you're using, stay consistent with it.
Yeah.
And so I chose to use German words.
Oh, cool.
The reason behind it was just because some of the other officers were using them, and I didn't want to use English just on the off chance that everybody knew what I was saying.
Right.
And I thought it would be better.
Right.
I don't know why.
It's like a layer of security.
Right, I would think so.
Yeah, especially. I mean, could have chose Polish, I guess.
You can, and that was one of the
Japanese.
That was actually,
No, well, that's just he came
Yeah,
from Poland.
yeah.
I forgot
Originally,
that part.
we thought he came from Holland,
Oh,
so
nice.
Dutch
Yeah.
was an option.
Yeah.
But his passport actually says Poland.
He has
So
a passport.
I know it's cute.
So cute. Oh my God. In a little wallet.
I know. So now we joke that he kind of has an identity crisis. He has probably no idea what I'm saying. 'Cause sometimes I speak in English, sometimes in German, and he's probably Polish, and he's probably like,
Can you speak German?
absolutely not.
No, just the commands.
Yeah. In fact, one of my partners is German, and she's always looking at me like, I don't think you said that right.
Oh.
But,
He has a complete wrong command, but whatever.
but
it
whatever.
worked.
He did what I said. So
Yeah.
As long as he
as long as
listens.
I'm consistent.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, okay, we already covered the Z-Liberty. I'm just so excited about this. I have so many questions,
Yeah,
but
go for
you
it.
look
Go for
ready.
it. No, go for it. I've been firing questions off left and right.
So, what does a typical day look like for you guys? Like, do you go in and you just hang around until you get
No.
into a car, and
No,
or do you have
so-
to do training?
So
or-
we actually have a take-home car because he lives
Okay.
with me.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I have
yeah.
to have a vehicle that
Oh, he can fit in.
Yep, so that he can go to and from with me. So
Oh, yeah. Didn't even think of that. Like when you're off duty, you have him with you all the time. So he has to be.
and I'll
in a
be
comfortable-
honest, in the wintertime when it was pouring down rain,
Mhm.
he can't come in the house.
No.
And I didn't feel comfortable leaving him outside when it's really cold and rainy.
Right.
So it was very convenient for me to at times turn the car on
Mhm.
Oh,
and
nice.
just turn the heat up a little bit and then
Right.
have him in the car during the day.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I would do that sometimes and then just go out there and check on him.
Right.
Oh.
In the
Okay.
car. And I walked him all the time in the rain. He
Yeah.
doesn't,
Yeah.
he could care less. I tried to put one of those Carhartt jackets on him and he was like shoving himself against the wall and like, he looked like a statue. And I was
My
like,
dog
"That's
will
it."
not do it. I have to drag him, take him like a block away, and then he'll be like, "Eh."
Yeah, that's not
Does
happening.
Ace wear a vest?
He does have a ballistics vest,
Yeah.
but he doesn't wear
He
it.
won't.
At this point, there's not really any purpose because he's non-apprehension.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so he has a harness
Mm-hmm.
that he uses for tracking
Oh, okay.
because they pull so fast when they catch a scent that the collars that we have for them, the pinch collar that I use would choke him out.
Oh, wow.
Like he would choke himself out because
Right.
he's
Yeah,
like
'cause he's
so
so
on
driven.
the scent.
Yeah.
That I essentially run the leash or the lead, the
Yeah.
long lead that I have.
Mhm.
It's a really long 20-foot lead through the collar underneath his harness out the back.
Okay.
And that gives him it pulls a little bit, but not too much.
Right.
And then he can just go as fast as he wants without taking me with me,
Yeah, 'cause
taking
that-
me
how-
with him.
I was gonna say he must be so strong.
He's
Mhm.
he's a pretty big dog.
like the pull that he
Yeah,
has,
yeah.
like the pounds for whatever that is, pounds per square that he's pulling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He'd probably just drag you.
he would if
Yeah.
he was going full force. But
Yeah, I mean, you're
he
not
li-
like a big burly dude.
he
You know?
listens, though.
They're
Yeah.
strong.
he listens, and he's a good dog.
Good.
Yeah.
That sounds like it.
I know.
I want to meet him. So what do you go out to all calls? You do
Yes,
traffic
so,
stops?
I'm
you
sorry.
do
So I get up in the morning, usually about 5-ish. My shift starts at 10. So I get up, get ready. I take him on a good walk in the morning. I feed him at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get going usually from home about 8:30 or so and drive in. I usually get my car mainly all ready from home so that, and I'm dressed out in uniform because when I drive the patrol car,
Right.
I have to have everything on
Yeah,
pretty
right.
much. And then I get to Alameda and then I get the rest of my stuff, the rifle and everything
Right.
from the department. And then we're already pretty much ready to go.
okay.
Yeah.
And then I do lineup and then I work a full beat here.
Mhm.
So I do pretty much everything that any other officer would do.
Mhm.
So I work Midtown mainly.
Right.
And then from there, like if another officer calls for a canine,
Mhm.
which happened, I think, maybe a week ago, an officer went out on a vehicle and requested a canine while I was just finishing up a
Mhm.
burglary call. So I finished what I was doing and I ran over there and ran a vehicle,
Mhm.
actually right over here.
Oh.
Not by you guys,
Right.
but a couple blocks out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
You
Yeah.
find anything?
the officer actually found something before, so he ran the vehicle.
Did he get the payoff?
Well, I
He
should
got a
have.
little toy.
Yeah, he did get his toy.
Do you keep extras for when like the cops do a good job too? You're like, here you go.
Here's your candy bar.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, I should do that.
You should. He's a good boy.
What's the most calls that you get for here and on the island? Like, what's the biggest problem? I think I know, but I want
off the top of my head, it's an array of stuff.
Is it?
As far as we get a lot of just property crimes, from retail theft to stolen vehicles to vehicle break-ins. I'd have to look at our crime summary to see like what, and it probably fluctuates depending on the month, depending on what the most calls are,
right?
And probably the season. I would assume that during the holidays, retail theft probably goes up a little.
Because for a while there, it was really bad at South Shore, right?
Yeah.
When there were a lot of break-ins. And I mean, I think that they went all over the island. It was some kind of, I don't know.
Well,
I'm telling a cop what it was.
There was a lot of Cadillac converters for a while.
Oh,
but
yeah.
that has like really
slowed down.
dropped off. Yeah.
I know a couple of years ago when I was on Midnights, that was a big thing, and it's kind of tapered off a little bit. So it just depends on what time of year, when you're talking about, but yeah.
Wow. That's so cool. You have such an amazing job.
It's fun. It's fun.
Go ahead.
No, I was listening.
How is it like right now in the climate though? Are you like, do you get a lot of like I know some of the Black Lives Matter things has settled down, or like the kind of let's defund the police. Like, has that settled down, and have people like realized that how much we need cops, and like how much like, there's a couple bad ones, but most of them are like new and they're good and they're trying to like help the community and make it a safe place. And like, does the respect level come back at all?
Don't like them until you really need them, or something, that kind of thing.
Mean, I'll be honest, I can't really speak for that. I mean, it's difficult to say. I try not to.
Yeah, I suppose you can't really dwell on that when that's your.
And I try not to listen or feed too much into the media as far as like where that teeter-totters, because otherwise I think you start to dwell on that.
Right.
And the most important thing for me is how I represent my own community, right?
Right.
So sure, you're gonna have people that do not like you,
right?
But I would assume that goes for any job, right? You're gonna have a doctor or a nurse that's not happy with whatever they're providing, whatever service they provide,
right?
But that being said, you're also gonna have somebody that is super thankful for whatever you provided for them. So it just depends on the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely have had my days where it's just not a good day. Right. But I've also had my days where people are super thankful for, especially victims, for whatever I can provide for them. And, that's just how this job is. Yeah. Because you're dealing with the public.
Yeah.
And nobody is ever going to be happy every single day.
No, some of them are having their worst day.
100%. And those are the people that we contact all the time. And so we just have to, as officers, that's why we're held to a higher standard. We just have to be the best that we can possibly be in those moments and not take it personally.
Yeah.
So I've been called every single name in the book. And
I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
Especially being a female, I'm sure you
absolutely.
get it even worse. Because people feel like they can like intimidate you a little more.
Sure.
Right.
And like, I mean, I love it when I meet a woman cop.
I know, me too. I'm always like, yay, fan club.
I have a friend that's actually in the academy, and when she told me she was going to be a cop, I was just like, fuck yes, you're the kind of person we need, because she's just amazing, and she's very just even. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, you are like a great addition to what we need more of. Like,
I think it's important as a female to know how to de-escalate a situation, but also be ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you cannot do that. To be ready to use whatever tools you need to use if you cannot de-escalate the situation, because words can get you very far. I know that specifically. I try to talk my way out of a lot of things or help people verbally, but it doesn't always work.
No. And at the end of the day, you're the one who wants to go home.
Absolutely.
I mean,
that is our goal.
I'm going home.
Is to go home to our families. So.
Yes. So off duty, let's ask. Off-duty. Well, actually, you said something earlier. What do you feed him?
Oh, that's
yes.
a great question.
Okay,
I
so
was thinking if it, like, yeah, please.
so he came from overseas.
Right. He likes
got-
hot dogs. Bratwurst.
He would. He got Giardia, like pretty immediately.
Poor thing.
I don't know where he got it. Potentially from another dog in training. Like I said, there were 16 dogs.
Right. That's a lot of dogs.
So he got that pretty immediately, and he's also a German Shepherd, which are known to have very sensitive stomachs. So
I didn't know that.
Very sensitive stomachs. So he struggled with Giardia, which creates diarrhea.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
For
Well, he doesn't go in your house, so.
months.
Oh, no.
Months.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so we finally cleared that up, and he was known as a very sensitive guy for a very long time, but now he gets kibble and a little mixture of, they have like a boxed food. It's called Just Food for Dogs.
Okay.
That's chicken and rice and has some vegetables in it. He gets a little bit of that topped on it, on the top.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like
no
nothing
treats,
else.
nothing.
No treats.
No, because that's a little
no.
too,
Yeah.
it can get out of control. Trust me.
Yeah, and he actually has to stay at a pretty slim weight.
Yeah.
When you see him later.
Yay.
It was surprising for me at first when I had to get him to drop weight. I was like, huh, he seems very thin. But now I understand it. Like they have to be very sleek, and because they're working dogs, it's not like your typical house dog that can just,
Chunk
kind
up.
of mosey around.
Yeah.
So I did have to cut his food for a little bit because the trainers were like, he's a little overweight. He needs a summer bod. I joke. That's what I say.
Poor
It's
guy.
season. I joke.
The poor guy was just a heavy-set, sensitive dog when he got here.
You're like a big teddy bear.
Let's go, bro.
It's time to train, buddy.
You were a trainer.
You wanted to be a cop now. Let's be a cop.
You got to do it.
So, no, I joke. They didn't say that. I said that.
Do they have to go like into tight spaces? Maybe that's part of
yes,
it, or they just have to be really
In fact,
fast?
both, actually. He was in very tight spaces today. I was proud of him, actually. When he was training, he was in a room, and he was alerting in between these two couches. And I said, there's something right there. And she goes, I didn't put anything there. And I was like, well, I'm pretty sure that there's something there. And she goes, no, I didn't put anything there. And I was like, oh, okay. So we moved along. And then at the end of the training, she's like, whose dog was alerting in between the red leather couch? And I said, oh, that was mine. And she goes, oh, no, there was a shotgun shell under there. But she's like, I didn't put it there. And I was like, oh, yes.
Oh my God.
It's like, good
that's
job,
so
Ace.
cool.
You're like, does he get an A+ now?
I know.
Extra toy.
It's like, good job, buddy.
Aw,
And that must feel good that you're like, no, he's still.
Yeah, I was like, he didn't
doing
fall.
a good
He
job.
was doing a good job.
Yeah. How did they alert you? Did they just pull and then stop?
He's doing a pretty good job now. Before he would it was a little bit difficult to read him, but now he solidly will stop what he's doing. He looks at whatever he's trying to find, and he'll sit. And then he'll stare at it, look back at me like, where's my toy? Where's my toy? It's right there. It's right there.
Right.
And so then and I wait him out until he's staring at it. And then once he's fully staring at it and sitting, then I'll toss the toy at him.
Yeah. I want to see him in action.
I know. I'm so excited to meet him. So when you get out of the car to make, like, say, the traffic stop or anything, does he automatically go out with you?
No.
Or and is there like a button that you hit so he can come bounding out?
There would be, and we do have them.
Yeah.
But I joke that if I were to hit that button, the door pop, and he'd be like, I don't know what to do.
Oh.
Right.
Because he's non-apprehension.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
So like,
yeah, he doesn't have that.
If I did that, he would kind of be like, huh.
Am I just off duty?
Shut the door. The air's on.
Yeah. So he hasn't yet done any handler protection or anything like that.
Okay.
And he is strictly single purpose detection.
Right.
I take him out when I choose to take him out
Okay.
So if I do a traffic stop, say I see somebody speeding or swerving, DUI purposes and whatnot, I don't have any reason to pull them out for detection for firearms.
Right.
Unless I do a traffic stop and say, I think somebody in that car, say I run somebody out and that person is on parole.
Right.
And then they would have an S7 clause, what's called an S7. Or
That's probable
I could
cause.
search that car and that person.
And only then you can take the dog out.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't search a person with him.
Right.
Like, it's against our policy, and I would never do it for any reason. I wouldn't take Ace and search you because there's huge liability in him biting a person, right?
Yeah.
But I would search the car. So we would search the person under that clause physically.
Yeah.
And then I would take him out and run him on that.
Yeah.
Or I could, depending on what that, if I wanted to. If I
Right.
thought.
And what the parole violation or what they're on parole for. If they're on
And
parole
I could do it. I can do it if I get consent. Oftentimes we'll ask, hey, do you have any guns in the car? Do you mind if my dog is trained in firearms detection? Do you mind if I run him on your car? And sometimes people will be like, yeah, I don't mind. I don't care.
Oh, really?
Right.
And they'll just, let us do it.
That's cool.
I know. I want to run him on my car. There's obviously no guns in there, but
I know.
I don't just be like, go ahead, buddy. See.
There's my pencil.
There's my pencil.
Thank you, Ace. I lost my phone.
There's my shotgun.
Find that.
I knew I misplaced that. Oh my God.
I wish I was that cool.
I'll never be that cool.
I am. I'm going to go learn how to shoot guns. That's
Yeah, I know.
In
I've
the
always
next
wanted to do that.
year, that's on my goal list.
You should.
Yeah,
You should.
Like as a single woman, I've
Yeah.
fired like shotguns once in my life, but I'm like, I want to shoot a handgun. Like I want to eventually have my own like pistol permit and have one in my house just for security and for, God forbid zombies,
Of course.
That's
the most important.
It is.
Always go for the head.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I used to say I would never want guns in my house, but I've over the years have like changed it. And I grew up. My best friend's dad was a homicide detective, so there was always I was always in the house with guns.
It's all about how you keep them. If it's like kept safe and you know how to get to it, if you know how to use it, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're out with Ace and he's walking around, how do people react? Look, kids go crazy or anything? Do they try to pet him?
Oh, absolutely.
And do
So
you let them?
I generally, again, so when I'm on patrol, he doesn't come out a whole lot. I take him to places like, if I'm going to break him, I take him to places that there aren't a lot of people. Just because he gets distracted, and I'm like, dude, if you're gonna go to the bathroom.
I was going to ask that. I've never seen one poop.
Yeah, I'm like, you're distracted. We're out here forever. We don't have all day.
Yeah.
Canine unit
And he
poop.
takes all day anyway.
You give him the newspaper.
Honest to God,
He's got his phone.
I'm like, you don't need the perfect spot, my guy.
Right.
Just pick one.
Yeah.
So if it were a place like Franklin Park, let's just say,
Yeah.
and there's kids all over the place, and they're because I have tried Franklin Park,
Right.
and he's just like, kids, balls. he sees a ball, it's over.
Yeah.
And so it's like that's not the place to go.
No.
Right.
So oftentimes I have to go places that there are no people around, or times when there are no people around, or
Right.
because otherwise he gets distracted, or another kid will be like, I have no problem with kids petting him.
Okay.
I did what was it on Bay Farm Island? They had their security was doing, it was lovely. They had like a 20-year celebration.
Oh, okay.
And they had food trucks, and
nice.
AFD was out there with their fire engine, and they showed me up. They let people in their ambulance, and I was like,
Boo.
this is just Ace.
I know. See, I'd be more excited.
I know.
I was going to
They're
say,
like little celebrities.
I was going to say I'd
They
be more
are.
excited about the dog, but I have been on the inside of an ambulance so many times that it's not.
Right.
Pretty cool. I'm
You've
not gonna
seen
lie.
it.
They had their big old
They are
red
cool.
engine, and I was just like, and that day I had the older canine car, and so it did not look very flashy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you don't want to look in this one. The seats are torn up.
Oh no, I would have been all like, he's the celebrity. I'm
But
going
he
straight
was
for
out
that.
there,
Yeah.
and it was hot, and all the kids were petting him, and he loved it.
Yeah.
And so, he gets to do stuff like that. Or like sometimes schools like Wood will have their second grade class come down, and they'll do like a tour of the school. And Michaela will have them, she'll run them through a couple things. And I've had Ace in the back, and they'll get to pet him.
Oh, that's
They
awesome.
they stand in a single file line, and their teachers are cute. 2 pets.
Cute.
Move along.
Do they ever do that for middle-aged women?
Sure,
Because I would really love to just stand 2 pets.
pets.
I would be like, screw you, I'm doing 4.
Yeah, exactly. I'm 50-something. I'm going to do all the pets I want. I've earned
Extra
this.
pets. So yeah, he does do stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super fun.
Yeah.
Do you ever do like exhibitions and stuff like that?
I have not done
no?
any trials, canine trials
No?
yet. No. They were just talking about it at the canine training.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, there's some, I did it when I did tracking school. I did tracking school with the Stanislaus County guys.
What's tracking school?
So tracking school is when we got certified to track.
Oh, okay.
And we did that last January in Ripon with our training.
Okay.
The guy that does all our training.
Mm-hmm.
It's Top Dog. And
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I've seen that
I've
one.
heard of
yeah,
Top Dog.
Top
yeah.
Dog, police
I was going
canine.
to take Rumpus there, but I think he would be
And
an ass. Rumpus is my dog.
oh, that's
And
funny.
Rumpus is not any.
This is I don't know if it's the same. It's Top Dog Police Canines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they do a whole tracking school.
Okay.
And we did it with different agencies again. A lot of them are Central Valley, Turlock,
Okay.
Stanislaus County. I think Vallejo was there. A lot of different agencies. But the Stanislaus County guys are legit. And when I say legit, they're like, they have their own unit. Their trainer was there. And they do the trials, and it's a little intimidating to watch those guys. But it's kind of like I heard Ace in my ear go, "I want to be just like them."
When I grow up, Mama, I'm going to be just like them.
Do you find yourself talking to him like he's like an actual person? all the
Yeah,
time?
absolutely. Because he rides in the back. I'm like, dude, lay down. Because he'll sit in the window when I drive, and I roll it down for him.
Yeah.
And he kind of like goes with the motion.
So cute.
And I can see him in the rearview mirror. And he's kind of like,
Is he getting sleepy?
It's like he's surfing.
and I'm like, lay down, dude. So, he's really funny. And I wonder if
So
people can
cute.
see his face through, because it's like a caged
I
window.
always look.
I
And
always like to.
he has like a little black mask.
Okay.
So I wonder if they just see his eyes.
Oh no, I always look, and it's just like me. Why did they make it so you can't see?
I know. I have to say, like, sometimes I'm like trying to stare, and then I'm like, don't be staring at the cop. The cop's gonna think you're doing something wrong,
My
even though you're
shotgun.
not. Like, I'm like, can I see the dog? Where's the dog? Is the dog in
I
the car?
know.
And then every time I see like the keep back, I'm like, that just makes me want to go up to the window.
That makes me want to look.
Yeah.
Makes me go tick tick tick.
Makes me want to walk over and be like, "Are you in here?
Exactly.
What's your
It's
name? Can
true.
I pet you?"
I know.
That's so
We're
funny.
all the dog nuts, though. It's like, oh God, I just see them and I just want to. I'm sure they would be like, huh.
Most of them probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does he ever? You're in a room with the Squirrel Girls. Does he ever get like distracted by squirrels, not just balls?
Yeah, he likes dogs. And that's one of the things we've worked on in training is he loves cats.
Oh, loves or loves
Yeah.
to hate?
No, so he does this
That's
thing.
rumpus.
Because I check him on that.
Yeah.
Because I'm just an animal lover. He does this thing. He sees something and his ears just like straight, and his tail kind of curls up like he wants to play, you know. But he loves dogs. He loves cats and squirrels. Yes,
Yeah.
squirrels up in the tree. But the squirrels always taunt him. They're like in the tree, like, and I'm like, and then he's like staring up at the tree. So it's that's.
So
a
he's
funny
still
one to
got
watch.
the dog in there.
He's
He's
still,
not just a worker.
And he's only a puppy. He's only 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's still fairly young.
How long will he be a police dog? Is there like, do they have like a age limit, or can they? Is it just until they stop kind of reacting?
For him, his longevity will probably be a little bit longer than a patrol dog, unless for some reason he has some health issue, but because he's single purpose.
Right.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
true.
Patrol dogs
Because he's not launching through,
Right.
you know,
right.
he's not biting, he's not going into cars that way.
Right. Oh
so-
God, they go into cars.
Oh, yeah. A patrol dog. Because the patrol dogs are like,
Yeah,
They're badasses.
Yeah.
They're like the John Wick of dogs.
they are.
yeah.
They're pretty cool to watch. I did see an exhibition here. It was ages ago. I don't remember what park it is here, but it must have been a few different agencies or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was so fun to watch because, there was that guy in that big Stay Puft Marshmallow
Yeah.
Man suit. So amazing, those
Yeah.
dogs.
Now I'm wondering, I had a friend years ago that he's a canine officer, and he had a dog. And when I went over to his house, I'm like rolling around with the dog, and we're like playing.
Sure.
I'm just like playing with his dog. And then like an hour later, I'm like, so wait, can I meet your partner too? And he like looks at me. He's like, what? And I'm like, can I meet your partner? And he's like, you were just on that. And I was like, that dog could have ripped my face off. Like, what were you doing?
How did you not
like,
tell
how would
me?
you not like? And he's like, no, he's not working. And I was like, he doesn't know that. He's a dog. And
Just
he's
don't
like,
speak German.
and he's like, no, he knows.
He
And
knows.
I was like, okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Yeah.
But now I wonder. I don't remember what kind of dog it was.
Mm.
And I don't know. I want to say.
Oh,
it
you
was
mean like a search?
If it was a single-use dog or if he was a patrol
It
dog.
probably was a patrol dog.
I think it was.
So
but,
a lot of dogs, like a lot of people that allow their dogs in their house.
yeah.
I shouldn't say a lot. I know one guy that he's in Texas, and he said that his dog is a patrol dog.
Right.
He said his dog knows that he's going to work when he can hear him grab his vest and belt.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
And so once he puts that on, the dog is like at a full
Alert.
attention.
Yeah.
And he's ready to go.
Yeah.
Once he takes all that stuff off, he knows that he can relax and that he's
Mm.
home.
Oh, that's a good way to train your dog. That
Yeah.
way, like if your vest is on, he's on. If he's off, he's off.
And a lot of them are the same too. Like once they have their vest put on,
Right.
so a lot of them will wear
Yeah.
a vest,
Yeah.
then they know.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Yeah.
Do you have any really like, what's your, like, do you have any really good stories for us? Like the craziest stop you did, or I don't know, or maybe.
Does he have a big bust?
yeah,
Not yet. He's
Not yet.
still no.
'Cause
Yeah,
he's
he's
still-
still
He's
so
itty bit.
new.
Yeah, he's young.
No, I mean we've done a couple search warrants,
Mm-hmm.
and he found some stuff on a search warrant.
Good boy.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to meet him.
he's great.
I know we're
But
just
I'm-
gushing.
but I'm
and we've never.
biased.
No,
Yeah.
no, we are too apparently. So when you guys go out together, does he get all the attention?
Yes, absolutely.
So just like any other
Absolutely.
dog owner.
Exactly right.
Are people afraid of you though? Like when you're walking with him,
Yes,
because
I
they're
bet
afraid
they
of him.
assume
yeah,
that
and
it's.
when you see him, he does look intimidating.
Right.
So one of the things I'm doing, and I'm doing it on purpose, is because it's a form of de-escalation. He does not bark at all.
Oh,
ever.
Oh.
He's the quietest dog.
oh,
That's
nice.
interesting.
And so, which is funny because he's a German Shepherd.
Right.
So I'm trying to teach him to bark. So I've been doing it.
That's so backwards for me.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So I've been doing it with his food. So when I feed him, I tell him to speak, and he barks really loud.
Oh, I bet.
So he's got a big giant bark.
Right.
And so now I've been teaching them speak, because I was told by the trainers, if you can stress him out a little bit, get him to speak, and then progressively you can get him to do it.
Right.
He'll do it in the back of the car sometimes when I tell him to speak, and he starts spinning if he wants his food.
Oh,
And then you'll see him do like the silent speak,
Oh.
and then he'll do it.
yeah.
But I'm trying to get him progressively to do that, so that if somebody is having an issue,
Yeah.
Right.
and if I can roll up on scene, roll the windows down, and get him to bark,
Right.
that is a form of de-escalation
Oh,
for
yeah.
Oh,
for
absolutely. I
other
bet.
officers to
Well, because they
assist.
don't know if
They
he's
don't.
patrol or not.
They don't.
Right. 'cause
I think a
there's
lot
no-
of people assume that.
Yeah, and there's no way to tell what the canine that's coming with with an officer, what kind of canine it is.
Sure. And I
Oh,
will
yeah.
say that we did have a couple of years back, I was working midnights. This is why it's resonated with me. My sergeant now was a canine with APD. He was the last canine prior to me.
Oh, okay.
His dog's name was Blue, and he was our last dual purpose dog. So he was apprehension and narcotics. And I was working with him on shift when I was working I was at Walgreens on Otis with another partner, and we were trying to detain somebody. And this guy was, I mean, huge. When I say huge, he was tall, he was big, his wrists were like
my
huge.
God.
And myself and this other partner of mine were trying to get his arms
Oh, my
behind his
God.
back, and he could lift me off the ground
Right.
with just the
One
one
arm.
arm. And I was
Right.
trying to do that. And while I was doing it, it was keying my mic.
Oh.
His arm was keying my mic. And when that happens, seasoned officers or ones that pay attention will know that that's telling them that something's going on, that we can't, we're,
Yeah, you're
we're
struggling.
struggling.
Yeah.
Right.
And so him and another officer that were working on the West End could tell that, and they rushed over at the time. And when he arrived on scene, he did that thing with Blue. And Blue used to bark like mad. He would bark all the time. When we would walk by the car, fellow officers, he would bark at us, and the car would shake.
Oh my God.
And
that's so intimidating.
Blue. Yeah. He was a black German Shepherd, and he was like that. And so he rolled up right in front of us, and the windows went down, and Blue just rah, 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 rah. And I could just feel this guy his tension just released.
Oh, wow.
And my partner and I were able to get him in cuffs.
Wow.
And that resonated with me so much that when I became a canine and Ace didn't bark, I was like, oh my God, dude.
We gotta do this. Yeah. Right. I don't know if I've ever, because I've noticed a lot of canine dogs, like when you walk too close to the car, they start to bark, and it's so unsettling. Like it is scary. Like I would never want that to be coming after me.
Yeah.
Well, and you can't see through the windows, like I said, and then all of a sudden it's like,
yeah.
Yep, that's a great way to de-escalate. Anytime, like I would never want the dog coming after me.
Totally,
even if not knowing if it's a patrol dog or not.
And you wouldn't, because it doesn't say on the door.
Right. Yeah, it's not like we only do this. That would be terrible.
Right? So, that's not efficient.
Yeah, no.
Is he pretty protective of you? Has that ever happened?
He hasn't barked at anybody yet, but he starts to do. Like when we're out and about and I'm cleaning up after him after he's gone to the bathroom, he'll turn his back to me and watch behind me.
So he has your 6.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is
pretty cool. I noticed that he started doing that.
Yeah.
And he'll watch for people walking by or cyclists and at first I was like, what are you doing? Oh. And then I was like, oh, he's watching to see if somebody's coming, or he's paying attention to see if he hears something. Right. So I noticed that he started doing that.
It'd be interesting, and don't ever anyone try this, but it would be interesting to see what would happen if someone like snuck up on you when he's out with you, to see like what he would do, just to kind of know what his reaction would be.
My daughter occasionally will sneak up on him.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And at first I was like, Ella, and so that at first scared me a little bit, but he loves her. So.
Right. Well, and I'm sure because he has her scent too, like, and knows she's kind of part of you.
Yeah, I'm sure that's absolutely
like that probably helps. Yeah. But I would be worried because my friend that is a canine officer, or was, I don't know if he still is. He has kids, and I was just like, you just let your dog hang out. Like, I don't, like, we were having a party. We were all like getting drunk, and I'm like, you just let your dog hang out with all the drunk people?
Like, yeah.
And he was like, calm down.
Yeah. So,
and he had another dog that he started to train that was like crazy, and they kept in the kennel, and like we just went out in the backyard, and this dog's like jumping 7 feet in the air, and he just wanted to get out, and he was like, yeah, we don't know if this one's going to make it through the training, like, and then I was wondering how many dogs don't make it through.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking that too.
I mean, I don't have a number for that, but I do know that in my training, there were a couple dogs that failed out, and those handlers had to get new dogs.
Yeah. And that's going to suck for the handler, because now they have to go back through that whole training.
Yeah.
Like bonding and...
One handler in particular, he was so bonded to that dog. Yeah. And that particular dog just he could not pick up detection. Right. And, excuse me, if I recall, the trainer kept his dog, and he ended up getting resold as a single-purpose patrol dog.
Oh, okay.
But he was just mortified. He was just like, I love this dog.
Oh, that's so
and his
sad.
family had bonded with the dog and stuff. And so that was pretty difficult for him. But
he's like, just fire him and I'll keep him as my own dog.
Right? He ended up getting another dog, and I think they went through fine. Yeah. But that does happen. And it's difficult. There are some dogs that are just so aggressive, and through training, they will end up biting people, whether it's the handler and once they start doing that, they can't move forward with those dogs.
So when Ace is going to retire, will he stay with you, or do you have to like pass him off to someone?
No, hopefully I'm able to purchase him from the city at that point.
Oh, you have to buy him?
Yeah. Well, usually the contract is like $1.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, after he's lived with you.
Yeah, no.
He's lived with you for like 7 years, and then they're like, all right,
hopefully
he's had your 6.
Hopefully, if it's like, anywhere from 5 to 7 years after that point, then I can purchase him.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. Because I would be, I know because after they retire, like, can a civilian just buy a police dog?
Well, I would hope not. No. And I don't know what they would plan on doing at that point.
Right.
I can't foresee it, but I also can't foresee, knowing Ace, him going to another handler.
Right. Yeah.
7 years.
Well, you can't even go on vacation.
I know. We're working on it. It's a work in progress.
I always get so teary-eyed when I see those things, like the reels that you see on Facebook or whatever, where they do the call out for the dog's last patrol. Oh my God, I'm just like,
I know.
Or like, I saw the one where they gave the dog like 1,000 tennis balls.
Oh, that was cute. That was cute.
That was so cute. He went nuts. No, I love seeing those because it's just like I saw one where the person announcing it, who, I don't know, they were like tearing up. They were like choking up. Everybody loves those dogs, you know.
They're so cool.
Do they get bonded with any of the other, like your human people?
Oh, yeah. I do bring them into the department, whether or not I'm supposed to.
Nope.
But I do bring him in.
Guess who's listening to this?
I know.
Well, I would think that
he goes to visit dispatch sometimes. They love him up there.
Oh, that's
because I mean, obviously, the dispatch ladies and gentlemen, I should say, they don't get to come out very often.
No.
You know, they get like a break. They get to go down and get food sometimes, but they're up there, and it can be dark up there sometimes, especially the night shift. And I know what it's like working nights, so I try to bring them up there when I can. And
then also, like, it's almost like pet therapy because the dispatch is just listening to everybody's worst day ever.
100%.
That's a job I could not do. That's a lot of stress.
It is.
Yeah.
They seriously are like, they run the show.
Mm-hmm.
I've met one of the dispatchers, like, when I had to call one day, and she was like, "Hi." She was like, "Siobhan," and I was like, "Oh, hi."
You want to get some coffee?
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh, hi." I'm like, "Yeah, can you?"
That's so funny.
Yeah, and then I had to call another night because I'm a bartender too.
Oh, sure.
And so I had to call another night, and then a friend called and was like, "Hey, you okay? I heard you had a call." I'm like, "How do you know I had a call?" And they're like, "Oh, I just talked to." I was like, "Oh, yeah." I was like, "I didn't even talk to her." I'm like, "But I guess she is on duty."
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I was like, that's what I love about living kind of in a small town.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like you get to know people, you get to know your officers, you get to know some of the firemen, you know. And we are a community that's trying to like do good. And I mean, one of my jobs is to give people booze, which makes your job harder.
Well, yes and no. If they're responsible, then it should be.
Yeah. But then it's like, I am always cops have come to save me over the years more times than I can, you know, when we've had fights or anything like that.
Oh, wow.
And it's just having you guys around is something that we're always grateful for.
Yeah.
I mean, some of us might be like, "Ooh, we have to call the cops," but other times it's like, "No, we need them.
No,
we need them.
we
here."
need the cops.
Yeah.
No, I'm a huge cop fan.
That I will say that Alameda being a small town is one of the main draws for the reason I came here.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that when I looked for a department, that's why
I
wanted to come here. And that specific reason is why it's like although unfortunately sometimes you're taking the same people to jail because you see the same people, but you also get to see the same people. Like you said, I thought I saw you on Willow, you know, it's like you get to see the same smiling faces that wave at you when you're driving, and people that will say hi, you know, and say, "Thank you so much for what you did the other day," or "I think you helped me on this call," you know. So I've had that repeatedly happen. Yeah. And so that's the most awesome part about it, instead of being just a number in a large city.
Right. Yeah. I think that historically Alameda has been pretty supportive of the cops and treat you guys really well when you're, you know, I had an ex, we'll talk about it later, but that used to work in the jail when they actually had the jail.
Oh, right. Yes. Here in Alameda? Or Oakland?
In Alameda.
Awesome.
Yep. But now they just take everybody to Santa Rita, right? Yes. Yeah.
That's wild. Anyway, before we end, I want to find out, because I just saw, and I haven't gotten to read the whole article yet, but you got to just be part of something really, really fun and cool. Yeah. You got to be part of a Make-A-Wish Foundation dream. Or
so cool.
Wish.
Yeah. Make-A-Wish, yes.
Yeah. So what was the Make-A-Wish? It was, you got to be escorts for princesses?
Yes.
Oh, that's so
it was cute. So Make-A-Wish came here to make a little girl's dream come true, essentially, and take her to Disneyland. But they also brought 2 princesses to the little Montessori school where they had all these kids dressed up as princesses. So
that's so cute.
myself and another officer escorted the princesses who were riding in the lieutenant's car to the Montessori school to surprise her with.
You surprised her. That's so cool.
We surprised her with the Disneyland trip.
Oh, that's amazing.
Which is really cute.
That is so fun and so that's like what it should be about.
Yeah,
you know?
That's like a
You were
big piece of the
now
community
you're part of the Royal Guard too.
Well, kind of.
The Royal Guard.
Yeah,
Totally.
Oh, did she get to meet Ace too?
She didn't. We essentially just escorted the princesses and then left. So I didn't get to see too much of it, but I would love to see her get get her little gift.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
Well,
do you have any more questions?
I don't. I really want to. I'm sorry, you guys, but I got to go because I want to meet Ace.
All right, so we're gonna go meet Ace. We'll take some pictures.
Yes.
Maybe get his autograph.
Oh my God, that'd be so cute. Little paw print.
Thank you so much, Officer Fetzer, for
so
coming
welcome.
and teaching us more about canine dogs and letting us ask all your crazy questions.
Yeah, of course.
I was so excited about this. It's just I've been wanting to meet a canine dog, and you, like you were saying, you just can't go up to the window.
Right.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much, everybody. We love you.
Yes, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Well, wasn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I love listening to her tell those stories and just telling me all about the things that I didn't know about canine dogs, like that there were specific kinds, you know, like you and I were both like, there's weapon dogs.
Right. Yeah,
You
well,
know?
I didn't know that different dogs did different things.
Right.
I mean, it makes sense when she said it, but I think I just thought they're dogs and they are cops. Like they do everything.
Yeah, I thought that they were like a generalist, like an internist or something.
Thought they were cross-trained.
Yeah, I thought they were cross-trained.
Like I knew that dogs in the airport are usually looking for bombs or drugs. I knew that they don't generally look for both. And I learned that like a long time ago. But I didn't realize that every dog has a specific role and not many, and only a few select dogs are dual trained or dual purpose, she said.
Yeah, so interesting. I wanted to ask her about the ones that find people like in the rubble of earthquakes and stuff like that, but it slipped my mind because I was just listening to her. I was just captivated by all the stuff that she was telling us, things I had always wanted to know, like where, you know, I never see a dog pooping. Where do you take it? I don't know, but yeah, she was just a sweet lady too, and loved it.
Yeah,
I had so much fun in this interview.
Too. Yeah, she was so funny and she's so knowledgeable. I mean, of course she is. She's, you know, not only a cop, but she's a lawyer.
Yep.
You know, went to law school and has been working with dogs. But just to find out like the process of it and the training that she's like the ongoing training that she has to do and, you know, just the tweaks that she has to make for her life, like the fact that she can't go away or, you know, she's still working on vacationing without him.
Yeah, exactly.
And the specialized cars, that was a huge one.
Yeah, that was cool.
And finding out like, you know, how all of that works. It was just, I learned so much. And I am so grateful for her taking time out of her schedule to come and talk to us, and for her captain for letting her come talk to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. Go talk to these 2 crazy girls. These 2 crazy squirrels are asking to talk. Let's go see what they need.
Oh, God. Sure, they would have been like, wow, what did I do?
Yeah, and then she gave us parting gifts. She gave us these amazing stickers with Ace's face on them.
Poker chips with Ace's face.
And his police. So this made me gave me nostalgia. So she gave us Ace's baseball card. And when I was growing up, they did this with the Boston Police Department. They made trading cards so that people could get to know the officers in their community.
I just love that.
And when she gave this to me, I was like, oh my God, like I love this. I found my best friend's dad's. I have it somewhere in one of my keepsake boxes from like when I was 9.
This is just such a smart thing for the cops to do. It's, you know, I bet the kids love getting these. I mean, if I'm this fucking excited, you know.
Imagine a second grader.
They'd probably like, pfft.
Yeah, and we got to pet Ace a whole lot more than twice.
We did. We'll show you pictures.
Yeah, so we thank you so much again, Officer Fetzer. Thank you to Ace for letting us. I got to throw him his toy.
Yes, got a video of it.
Yeah. Oh, it was so amazing. We got to see someone afraid of Ace.
Yeah, we did.
One of my neighbors kindly took a picture for us of four of us together. And when she was coming by, she's like, I'm just scared of those dogs. I've seen the videos.
Yeah.
And that to me was like, oh, that's one of the things that we had talked about with her is, how people's perception of him. And I could see it, like, as much as we knew he was going to be kind to us and she was with us, like there was, when he hopped out of that car, my whole body like took a moment and like I had to catch my breath a moment. Cause I'm like, wow, he can, like, imagine him leaping towards you.
Yeah. And he's sleek. Can you imagine how fast he is?
Yeah. And strong.
Yeah. Yeah. Really strong.
So what an amazing episode. Yeah. I'm in love with Ace. I'm in love with Ace. Officer Fetzer.
I'm in love with Fetzer.
Yeah. Like, thank you so much for everyone that listened. Thank you, Officer Fetzer, for coming.
We loved it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Yeah, we hope you enjoy that episode. Like, subscribe, and follow us. Check out all of our videos of Ace over on our social media. For more information, squirrelgurls.com. And I guess we'll see you next time in the tree.
Yoo-hoo!
Bye, y'all.
Bye.